Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe and leave a like if you like this video. Okay, so in the last section we created a fresh brand new Laravel application and we created the login and register page as well, and we installed Bootstrap front-end preset for that. And in this video we're gonna create two types of user, just a normal user and an admin. And if we log in, the application will decide if we are admin or user, and if we are admin, then we get redirected to the admin page. If we are just a normal user, we get redirected to the user page. So just demonstrate that if we don't log in now, and if we try to access the user page, then we get redirected to the login. If we try to access to the admin page, we get redirected to login. And at the moment we got one user. I already created it, and as you can see, the admin is 0, which means false, so this user is not an admin. So after the login we should get redirected to the user page. So let's try it. Login, and yeah, sure enough, if you check this here, we got redirected to the user page. And if we try to access to admin, we got redirected back to the user page. If we log out, and we set it to true, and we log in again, now we should get redirected to the admin because we are registered as admin in the database. So log in, and sure enough we got /admin. That's it, guys. So that's what we're gonna create today. Okay, so we have this fresh application here. We don't have any user yet. I show you in my local host PHP my admin. I deleted the Laravel database as well, so no user, no database at all. So this is the freshly installed Laravel application. We can see these pages. This is the main page, which can be found here. This is the welcome page. I just tidied up a little bit. I would like to get this nav bar here on the home page as well. So in order to get that, I just delete all these stuff from the actual home page, and I just gonna grab this login, grab this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I'm just going to delete this card. We don't need the login on the home page where it is end. That's where this end and closing and starting tags highlighter comes in handy. Right, so let's delete it, and just to keep it simple, let's create a H1. Hello, this is the home page. Save all. Let's check it. Sure enough, if we go back, our home page is this now. We still have the login and register. It could have been prettier, but it doesn't matter now. I just would like to create the login and the registration functionality at the moment. But at least we know that this is the home page. Okay. We won't need, well, I keep it for now, but later on I delete this home.blade.php. Right, okay, so it's a freshly installed Laravel application with authentication scaffolding, which means we have the login and register. But at the moment, if you would like to try our to register our first user, it wouldn't work. I'll just show you. Don't save, because we don't have any database connected to our application. So first we need to connect our database to this application. But first of all, I would like to show you that in the database migrations we got this users table. So when we register a new user, name, email and password, it will create a new user and save the name, email and the password into the database. But we would like to add an extra field to this table because we would like to check if the user is admin or it's just a normal user. So let's add this extra field table. We need the boolean. Let's call it is admin. Okay. And as default, any user who register will be just a simple user, not admin, of course. The admin will be able to change the roles later on for that user. So as default, let's say it false. Okay. So with Laravel we got a function called PHP artisan migrate, and if we run that command it will create all these tables for us in just a few seconds. But first of all we need to create a table, database for it. So if we go to localhost phpMyAdmin, create a new database. Let's call it whatever you want. I call it Laravel app. I use the UTF-8 MB4 Unicode. Okay, so Laravel app. Let's create. And in order to Laravel be able to communicate with this database, we need to set the credentials for this database. So as you can see, we're gonna use the MySQL. It's gonna connect to localhost. Port is correct. Laravel app, the database name. User is root, and I got a password 12345 for this database. In the previous videos you can see when I set these passwords for the user, for the root user. Okay, so if I save it now and I go to my Laravel app folder, open up a new terminal, and I run migration PHP artisan migrate. As you can see, we created users tables. Laravel will create another tables as well, but we will work with the user table now. So let's check our database, Laravel app, and sure enough we got user table which is empty, but we got this is admin field as well as we wanted. And even if I reload the page like Ctrl F5 and try to create a new user, it might be won't be able to create the new user, but let's try it. First user, I use the user@user.com. It's just a test, so you can use whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Give it a password. Password again and register. Don't save. And yeah, we received this message. It is because we changed the .env file. We saved it, but the Laravel application is still working with the old version of this file, so we need to reload. So what I'm gonna do now, one is PHP artisan cache clear. This is one thing, and I'm gonna stop the server, Ctrl+C, and PHP artisan serve. So I run the server again, and now if I go back and reload the page, and I try to create my very first user now, don't save. Sure enough, we got logged in and we got redirected to the home page, which is not accessible if we are not logged in. So we got the first user, and if we refresh our database, sure enough, we got the first user, and it's not an admin as default. It's 0, which is false, so it's not an admin. So just let's show you guys. If we log out and we try to access to that home page again, we got redirected to the login because we are not logged in. If we log in now, great, we are logged into the application. Okay, so let's just log out now. We can close this one as well. Okay, so basically I would like to get redirected if I'm admin to the admin page, and redirected to the user page if I'm just a simple user. So in order to do that, we are going to resource views, and we create two files, one for admin.blade.php and another one for user.blade.php. And yes, I just placed it to the wrong place. Cool. Okay, so everything is inside the view folder now. So I got a user and an admin page. So at the moment if we are logged in, we are redirected to the home page, which can be found here. As you can see, this is the welcome message, you are logged in. So to speeding up the development process, I just copy it and place it into the user, and let's call it user dashboard. You are logged in as user, and let's paste it into the admin dashboard, and let's call it admin dashboard, and you are logged in as admin. Okay, let's save it. At the moment I can access to these pages like /admin. No, I can't access to these pages because I haven't created the route to these pages, but I do it now to show you guys how to do it. So go to the routes, web, and just create two more of these. First gonna be admin. So if we go to the admin route, let's give me back the admin view. And if I go to the user, let's show me the user page. And if I save it now and I try it again, yeah, we are on the admin dashboard. If we visit the user route, user, I must type something wrong here. Yeah, user. Let's save it again, refresh, and sure enough we are on the user dashboard now. Obviously we don't want to let access any guest user. Okay, so if we are logging to our application through this login view, then behind this login page we got a controller inside the app, HTTP controllers auth, and you can find the login controller. So if we are login, we authenticate the user and then we redirect to the home page. So we would like to create a new function here because we would like to decide if the user is admin or if it's just a simple user. So let's delete this and create a protected function. Protected function authenticated. And it will accept a few parameters. Request. And a user. And don't forget to add this request. So use illuminate. HTTP and also use user. Okay. Right, so if user is admin, then return redirect to the admin page, else return redirect to the user page. Okay, so what it does, when we log in and we get authenticated, then the authenticated, we check if the authenticated user is admin field in the database is true or false. So we check if is admin, which can be found here, is admin, true or false, 0 or 1. Okay, so if I save this and check our application, I can still access to the admin or the user page. We will fix it in a second, but first I would like to see if our logic is working when we try to log in. So okay, at the moment we are not admin, so we should be get redirected to the user page. Let's try it, login. Okay, so we logged in and we are redirected to the user page. Let's see what if we change it to 1, which means true. Login, and sure enough it's working. We are on the admin dashboard page now. Okay, let's log out. Okay, so if we are logged out, we can visit the register page, but if we logged in as an admin and we try to visit the register page, we shouldn't see the register page, and we are not see it as at the moment, but we got redirected to the home, which shouldn't be exist anymore. So I just delete it, so we don't need this route anymore, and we don't need this home file anymore, right? Because we have the user and the admin page now. If I try to access to the register page now, we got this view not found error. It is because the application checks if we are logged in, and if we are logged in, then we shouldn't see the register page, but at the moment it redirects us to the home page. So we got this inside the app folder, HTTP, middleware, and redirect if authenticated. So as you can see, it checks if we are authenticated, and if we are, then we got redirected to the home page. Now of course we need to check it again if we are admin user or just a normal user, because if we are an admin user and I try to access to the register page and I'm logged in and an admin, I would like to get redirected to the admin page again. And if I'm logged in as a user and I try to visit the register page, I would like to get redirected to the user page. So we need to do an if statement here. If okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm checking if the authenticated, so the logged in user, is admin, true or false. If it's true, it means I'm an admin, so I would like to get return redirect to admin page. And if this is false, it means we are authenticated, because we are check it here. So we are authenticated, we are logged in, but we are not as logged in as an admin. So I would like to redirect not the home, it doesn't exist anymore. I would like to redirect to user page, because this is false, so I'm not an admin, so I definitely want to redirect the user to the user page. Let's save it and check how it works now. Going back, okay, so if I visit the register page, I'm not logged in, so I can visit it, but if I'm logged in now, I get redirected to the admin page because I'm registered as an admin. Here you go, it's true. And if I try to visit the register page now, sure enough, I still see the admin page. Okay, let's log out and change it back to 0, which means this user is just a normal user, not an admin user now. So if I log in, sure enough, I got redirected to the user page. But still, if I visit the admin route, I still can see it. Also, if I'm logged out and visit the user, I can still see it. Admin, I can still see it. So let's fix this now. Okay, in order to achieve that, we need to create a new middleware for us, for ourselves. It's gonna called isAdmin middleware, and if it will check if we are admin or just a normal user. Okay, so let's do it. Go back to the terminal, php artisan make middleware, and let's call it isAdmin. Hit enter. Middleware created successfully. If we're going back to our code editor, you can see inside the app HTTP, inside the app and HTTP folder, you got this new isAdmin.php middleware. So we will use Auth here. To find out if the user is authenticated or not. Okay, so our first if statement is if okay, so the first one is we decided if the user is logged in at all. So we have this authenticated user in our application. If it's not, then we will redirect to the main page, to the home page. Okay, so if we have authenticated user and if this authenticated user is admin, so if auth user, and we would like to check the is admin field, then we would like to proceed to that route. Okay, so if we are logged in and if we are an admin, then let the user visit the route, visit the admin route. If the user is not admin, then return redirect. Okay, so what's going on here? We are authenticated and we check if we are admin. We are not admin, but we are authenticated, so redirect us to the user because we are not an admin. We are logged in, but we are logged in as a user. And if we are not authenticated at all, we are not logged in, then return redirect to the home page. Let's save it. Okay, and all these middlewares need to be registered. So we need to go to the kernel.php, and if we scroll down, we see all these middlewares here. So we just created a new one. Let's copy the first one, the authentication one, and let's just change this one we created is admin, and let's call it is admin. So no capital letters. Here is capital I and capital A is admin, just like we write it here, but the first key is admin with no capital letters in it. Okay, so we can use now this route middleware now. So if I go to the route file and I get this admin and user now, which is not protected at all, but I can protect now with middleware. So just brackets middleware, and I would like to use the is admin middleware now, and this bracket needs to goes down here, and let's do it to the user route as well. So open brackets, middleware. I would like to see if is admin. Let's delete this bracket. We need a comma here and add this closing bracket here. Okay, let's see what have we done so far. Okay, so we were able to visit this admin page even if we are not logged in. Let's refresh, and sure enough we got redirected back to the home page. Let's see if we can visit the user page. As admin does not exist. Let's see. So admin is get redirected back to the home page, but if I try to visit the /user, I got this error target class as admin. It is because I made a typo here. Not as, it should be is admin. If I save it now and check it again, yeah, we got redirected back to the home page. So admin, no, we are not allowed to visit because we are not logged in. Okay, what if we try to visit the user page? Now we are redirected back to the home page because we are not logged in. But if we are logged in, okay, it seems we have some problems. Let's give it a refresh. Yeah, log out, refresh. Okay, so log in now as a user. Okay, so we definitely have a problem here. Page isn't redirecting properly, so let's check what is the problem. Oh yeah. So if we try to visit the user page, then we shouldn't check if we are admin and we are logged in. We just need to check if we are logged in at all. So we don't need to check if we are admin. If we try to visit the user page, we just need to check if we are logged in at all, because it's created a loop in the system. Okay, so middleware Auth. If I save, it should be work now. Let's refresh, and yes, it is working. Let's log out and test it again. So log in. No, first of all, let's try to visit the user. We are redirected to the login. We need to log in. Let's visit the admin. Actually, we are not. If we are not registered, we are not logged in. We should be get redirected to the login page, shouldn't we? So we just should get redirected to the login. Save it and let's check. Okay, so let's visit the admin. We are not logged in, but we try to visit the admin page, then we need to first log in. If we test the user, we got redirected here. Okay, so we are logged in as a user because we are not an admin. And if we try to visit the admin page as a user, we got redirected to the user page. So we are not, even if we are logged in, but we are not an admin, so we are not allowed to visit admin page. We get redirected back to the user. But if I log out and I title myself as an admin, and if I log in, I got redirected to the admin page. And if I try to visit the register, I got redirected back to the admin page. As admin, I can still see the users page. So I can visit the users dashboard as admin, but if I'm logged in as a user, I am not able to visit the admin page. And if you want, we can protect this route as well. So if we are admin, we are not able to visit any users page. We can do that if we want to, but I think it's not necessary to do now. Okay, so that's it, guys. We got this admin and user redirect in Laravel application. Please subscribe and leave a like if it helped too. Next video, I'm gonna create a proper admin page to handle users, and I will be able to change if a new user registration comes in. I can give them admin title and I can remove the admin title from users. So we will create an admin dashboard, proper admin dashboard here.